Hey everyone, Brandon from Brandon's Baseball Cards here. I hope you're all doing well. This is a response video for Mike Baseball Collector. He recently hit 5,000 subscribers, which is a fantastic accomplishment. And I'm very happy for him, very well deserved. Mike is a really good guy, and I think he does so much good for the YouTube community. And he was, other than, I think it was, my wife was my first subscriber to my channel, bless her heart. And Mike was the second subscriber to my channel. And so he's been a supporter ever since I started to produce content. And he was very welcoming and kind, and I've met him in person, I've chatted with him on the phone, and just a good guy. And it's one of the reasons I'm not going to the National this year. I'm not going to the National this year because we're moving because of my job. But the next time I go to the National, I look forward to seeing Mike and many others that I'm going to talk about in this video. He wants us to discuss in the video two things. He wants us to discuss what YouTube means to me and how it's impacted my my hobby, and how it's benefited me to be on YouTube, and also what channels have had an influence on my collecting. And so really, I think what the first question, what does YouTube mean to me? It's honestly been a very important escape for me to have a YouTube channel. I've had a YouTube channel now, I guess, about 2.5 years. And I'm a person, speaking candidly, to get personal for a minute, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I have anxiety, sometimes fairly significant. I try to, keep a straight face about it, but there's a lot going on in my head all the time. And I'm generally kind of an anxious, twitchy person, right? It's just the way I'm wired. It's the way I am. It's who I am. And there's a few things that really, aside from my family and hanging out with friends and things like that, there's things that have really served to moderate my anxiety, right, and to help keep a perspective on my life, right, and to keep perspective on what matters, right. And the first thing is actually running. I run. And I try to run at least 2 to 3 5Ks every week. I don't always meet that goal, but I try to. Running is an escape for me. But one of the biggest escapes has been this channel. Has been Brandon's Baseball Cards, and the opportunity to interact with a lot of you and to show some of my collection and to show the stuff that I'm passionate about, which is different from what a lot of other people are passionate about. It's just been, honestly, it's just been an escape from everything that goes on up here. So not to get too personal with it, but that's really what the biggest thing, when I saw his video, that's the first thing I thought of, was that it's really been such a wonderful, healthy, productive, fun distraction from from the day-to-day grind, right, that we all have, not just me, right? So that's the first part. The second part is which channels have had an influence. And there's been a lot of channels that have had an influence on my collecting, but I think it's been more of, there's certain individuals that you kind of click with, right? There's certain subscribers that you tend to get to know a little bit better, and maybe a friendship develops in some shape or form. Sometimes like true friendships do form out of this, which is amazing. A couple of really good friends. My friend Phil, whose channel is I Love Baseball Cards. This is a guy who he's an unopened guy like I am, and he and I have really bonded in the past couple of years. Really bonded, and he's a really good guy. And so that would be one where I really feel like there's been he's influenced my channel, because his collection of unopened is very inspiring. but he's also inspired me because he's a very generous guy, very, very passionate about his collection. He just oozes enthusiasm. Another person that I've gotten to know a little bit over the past year is Chris, whose channel is All Time Sports Cards, and Chris has a really, really awesome collection of sports cards and all the major sports. He's got some cool unopened material. And he and I have chatted on the phone over the past, I would say, 6 months or so, and gotten to know each other a little bit. And he's a incredibly genuine, kind-hearted, just a nice person. And his channel is truly he's only been on YouTube, I think maybe, I'm not even sure how long, if it's been a year, but his channel is really, really good. It's probably my favorite channel out there, to be honest with you. If not my favorite, in my top 3 or 4. He's just got a real, I love his approach. I love the way he talks about cards. And so those 2 channels have been a really, really big influence. Other channels that I do that have been inspiring, Terry's channel, TJ Mack Vintage Cards. I love watching his channel, and it's because you get a story. You get a story with it. He tells the backstory of a card. He tells the backstory of an image on a card. Just a really, really, and a fantastic supporter of my channel. Watches almost every video I put out. Leaves nice comments. He's happy for you when I get a pack. He's excited. You know, like, really, really good guy. Another really, really good guy that I've gotten to know a little bit is Keith, which is a vintage card curator. What an inspiring channel. I think anyone that watches this channel will say, okay, number 1, it's the most original channel out there probably. And number 2, everything he does is just excellent. All of his videos are excellent. They're well thought out. They're fun. They're informative. So that channel and his approach has been incredibly influential. Andrew Nuff Said Cards. It's another very influential channel. Incredible collection. Love seeing his stuff. And I met Andrew at the National last year, and he was just a sweetheart of a human. There's that. I wrote a list out, so forgive me. Normally I just look straight at the camera, but Mike Canadian Cards. That channel has actually, it's inspired me because because of his channel, I've actually tried to incorporate a little bit more humor in my channel. I saw him when he did his video where he talked about the channels that, I think it was the YouTube Hall of Fame, where it was Jab's Family and Jeff, the Sports Card Investor channel. I literally was crying and laughing watching that video, and I thought, maybe I could find my own personal touch and try to find a way to bring humor into this and keep things light and funny. So Mike's Canadian Cards has been very influential, because we should keep this fun and light. And so even thinking about that video now, I actually start to laugh. Of course, I've already talked about Mike Baseball Collector. It's been a very, very influential channel, and he's just a good dude. And Mike is the life of the party. Like, Mike will talk to everyone. Mike is incredibly personable, and he's open-minded, and he's interested in your collection. And obviously his channel is his collection's just absolutely incredible. And so, not to cater to the person throwing the contest, but Mike, I do really appreciate your channel, brother. John Wade Boggs fan, player collector. I dig it. It's inspiring. I've gotten to know John, had dinner with John at the National. He and his wife, my brother Dylan and I had dinner with he and his wife. Nice guy. The same as he is on his channel. Very genuine, awesome guy. Love seeing his collection. Love the passion. Love his focus on some of his vintage sets that he's working on. So My boy Lou Rock TV, another inspiring channel. Love seeing his collection. It's his stuff's he collects differently than I do, like a lot of these channels. But it's inspiring to have again, keep it light, keep it fun, and incorporate your family. Right, the fact that he brings his daughter onto the channel was actually one of the reasons that I first thought, well, maybe if Sophia wants, my daughter, her name's Sophia, if she wants to come onto this channel, maybe she can, maybe she'll want to rip cards, right? So it's kind of, we take from other channels sometimes, we incorporate things that we see that are inspiring. And that was I love that he has his daughter on there. So those are the channels that have had a influence, and that's kind of what YouTube has meant to me. So, Mike, hope that's what you're looking for, brother. Congratulations again on the 5,000 subs. Well deserved, fantastic accomplishment. And I will be back with another video soon. Keep collecting vintage and open baseball, everybody.